Hi, it's Nicola Bird here. Happy New Year, first things first. So this video, the first one for 2019 that I wanted to kick off with is about consistency. Okay, so we go about in the world and this time of year, it's like, what's the one thing that I can do this year? Like, what do I want to make my life about all this year? What do I want to be doing 5 years from now, right? What's the one thing? What's the guiding principle? What's the thing that I'm all about? What's the one thing I'm up to? How does it look to me like I want to navigate my life for 2019? What's the one exercise I'm going to get really into this year? What are the 3 good habits that I'm going to do over and over and over again this year that are going to make for a great business or a great life or great parenting or great health or whatever it is, right? What's the one thing that I can do to make a difference? And we look for consistency. It's like, how can there's this one state of mind, I want peace, or I want joy, or I want happiness, and I want that all the time, consistently. Right? So I often get emails from clients or Facebook posts in my group, which were like, I had this really great week, and then I've just had 2 really bad days where I'm really anxious. It's like, yeah, consistency, the idea of consistency, the idea that what we know and see and think to be true today will look real and true to us tomorrow or next week or the week after. It's just an idea. The idea that we should have these 3 rules for parenting and stick to them consistently, that the way that I parent should be the same as the way my partner parents, and we need to do that consistently. It's just an idea. The idea that I need to get myself into a good, peaceful state of mind and then stay there. It's just an idea. And that is an idea that will really fuck you up, actually, that one, I have to say. Right? We are, even like, this is funny, right? But even like before I did this video, I don't wear makeup, but I put foundation on for your videos, right? That's how much I care about you. Because I want a consistency to my skin, right, when it shows up on the video camera. Like everywhere we go, if we're looking for the rules, the right way to do things, the guides, we want to get it right. And we want to be consistent everywhere. And what I'm seeing more and more is just like the craziness of the idea that life should be consistent. And even this morning seeing for myself that, oh my God, the amount of years I've spent trying to stop flip-flopping between various different ideas and projects and inspirations and, you know, what I'm up to now and what I'm up to now and what I want to be up to next week. And like, I had myself down as some kind of loser because I kept flip-flopping and I couldn't be consistent all the time. And seeing that the amount of effort I've put into not flip-flopping, into trying to journal and write down what it is that I'm all about so that I can stay true to this one thing. All of that idea, we can never be consistent because we're made of thought. And thought in its very nature shifts and changes and moves and is transient. And whatever is showing up in front of us today, created through thought, will look different to us tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So all these ideas we have about trying to get consistent, about trying to be consistent and trying to manage our life so it's consistent, to try and manage our businesses so they always grow, to manage our waistline so it always shrinks, to manage our mood so it always stays happy. Like, we're fighting a losing battle because our very nature is inconsistency. We are made of this completely shifting and changing all the time thing that's thought, right? That shifts and changes all the time. Now, there's something else than just this experience of me that doesn't shift, that doesn't change, nothing changes about it at all. We'll talk about that on another video, right? But today, I just wanted you to get curious about this idea of consistency we have. As our understanding shifts and changes, the very world in front of us changes, it shifts and it changes. And what shows up in front of our eyes shifts and changes. And we have a completely different world to navigate now than we did 2 weeks ago. Right? Before Christmas, the world looked this way and it looked like this needed to be done and that needed to be done and this had to be taken care of and this peaceful state of mind had to be created and these people had to be dealt with and this job had to be dealt with and these kids had to be dealt with. 2 weeks later, we're playing in a different world. We have a different world to navigate because there are different kids and different people and different problems and different work and different clients and different ideas and different things that look true. Because how we understand how the world works shifts and changes all the time. And that's just being consistent, dropping that off your to-do list is gonna be a complete game changer for you. I know it is for me. Like, what if you didn't have to find one exercise and stick to it for 2019? What if you didn't have to find one thing you want to have achieved by the end of this year and go for it? What if you didn't have to have one habit you did every single day? What if you could show up and go running today and then lie and watch Netflix tomorrow? Right? What if you didn't have to decide? What if you just got to show up, being consistent, which by the way you already are, in case you hadn't noticed. But we could drop all the thought about the fact that we should be. That's it. One thought that creates so much suffering. But I should be more like this. But I had this yesterday. Why don't I have it today? But I went running yesterday. Why don't I want to go running today? Right? That one idea, I should be consistent, things should be stable, is just an idea. It's just a thought. And when we look to our experience, we see for ourselves that the inconsistency is pretty consistent. Right, that's this week's video for you. I'll be back with another one for you next week. Again, always please share in the comments. Love to know what you're hearing, what you're taking from this video, any questions you've got. Always gives me food for the next videos. So on that note, I will see you next week.